Guys, welcome back. Welcome back again to Martin's Step. This is another ASP.NET Core tutorial. We are going to create expenses. We're going to use the create, read, update, and delete operation. So, ASP.NET Core is amazing. It's easy, it's fast. So that's what we're going to do. And I want to thank for my new I want to give thanks to my new subscribers, my new viewers, and the ones that now haven't subscribed yet. Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. So let me. So why ASP.NET Core? Arch, I the architecture is for textability. It uses razor pages. Makes the coding page focusing in scenarios easier and more productive. It uses Blazor along with JavaScript. So if you know C#, you can actually use it on the server side. The ability to develop, you can actually develop using Windows. If you have a Mac, you can use it also in Linux, and it's an open source community. So if you ever get stuck, you can always reach out to the community and they can always help you out. And it's also integrated modern, like if you're using the ASP.NET Core for the back end, you can use like Angular, React, you can integrate that. So it's very good. So, and then also it's cloud ready. The environment-based configuration system it's already ready to go for cloud, for the cloud. And also uses the built-in dependency injection. It's lightweight, very lightweight. And then it uses HTTP request pipeline. If you want to host it, you can, the ability to host it, it's you can use it uses Castrol, the IIS, Apache, Docker, and it's the tools that simplify for modern web developing. So what we're going to make, we are going to make, let me show you what we are going to make. Okay, so okay, so this is the application. So you're going to be able to create a category, like this is like for the expenses. So you can actually, oops, sorry about that. I think my application stopped running. Let me go ahead and read. Okay, so I restart my application. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. Let me show you the demo. So let's say I want to do, want to add a category. So let's say I want to do, I think I already have salary. So I am, okay, so I'm going to create, let me create expenses. So I'm going to put down advertising, advertising, and I'm going to put that as expenses. I'm going to put that as stay. I'm going to go ahead and create that. So see expenses. All right, so, and if I want to do, okay, so now that we have categories, I want to go ahead and do, my income plus expenses. So here I can select advertising. Let's say I paid, let's say I paid it yesterday, which was the 3rd, and the price on it for advertising, I paid 2,000 for the whole year. It's just, just making up some numbers. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and create. So see, it created, it gave me, with the way I did it. So if it's expensive, so it's gonna be red. If it's not expensive, it will be like, if it's an income, it will be blue. So see here again, mortgage will be, ooh, $800. You remember, guys, when it used to be $800? Mortgage or rent. Now the rents, they're like 2,000, 3,000 a month, but everything changes. Anyways, so back to the application. This one here, you can edit. Like if you want to go ahead and change it now, let's make it more reliable, more real, the numbers. So let's make it 1,800. See, now it's going to be 1,800. It give you details. You can go back to the list, and you can also delete it. So let's say I want to go ahead and delete it. Oh, you can also search by the month, and you can do by the annual. So let me do 7, which is none. I don't have anything. If I go back to August, which is right there, see all of them, they're August. And the year, if I want to change it to 2021, hit search. Oh, wait. Hit search. It should be, there's none. So I guess, yeah, it only goes back to whatever the year was there. Okay. So that's pretty much it. So we're going to be creating an application using ASP.NET Core, and we're going to use Entity to create all these right here. So let's get on the application. Before we start working, don't forget to check out the channel. Yeah, there's more stuff there. If you guys want to check it out, there's more videos. I will continue making more videos. There's a little bit Angular, ASP.NET Core, API, how to make your API. So check it out. Check it out whenever you guys get a chance. So let me go ahead and close this up. And I am going to create a new project. And let me go ahead and open my Visual Studios. I'm going to use my Visual Studio 2019, and I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so I'll go ahead. I open my Visual Studio 2019. I'm going to go ahead and create. I'm going to look for ASP.NET Core, and I am going to select ASP.NET Core with I'm looking for the one that says Razor Pages. I actually going to select the. Let me see. Hold on. ASP.NET Core. This one. I'm gonna go ahead and select this one. We hit next, and I am going to call this one my expenses. The expenses right now. I am going to call this one. I am going to do that. Go ahead, hit next. And this is, we're not going to use any login or register for that. So we're going to hit, I'm going to select none. And I'm going to use that net5. And let me enable Razor runtime compilation. So this is going to take a little bit. All right, guys, so we got the applications. So what do we got here? We got, of course, the name of the application. I got my properties. This is launch settings. Here, it's when you launch it local, it gives you, you can run it on localhost 5000 or the HTTPS localhost 5001. So this is when it gets the, when you hit Control F5, that's where it will deploy. I'm sorry, not deploy, it will run. Then this one here is going to be a www root if you never work with .NET Core. So this is pretty much like the front. This is like what the CSS, the JavaScript, all the libraries will go in there. This is the controller. This gives you a basic controller. This is the one for the index page. This is for the privacy. And here we have the models. This is the only one it gives you is just the arrow view models. Yeah, so that's that, not a whole lot. And then we got the view. This is what the customers will see. This is what goes in the front. This is pretty much the front, what the user will see. This is the layout. This is using Bootstrap. This is going to be the home page. I'm sorry, the front page. So, and what else we got here? We also got the app settings. This is here. This is where you will put like your connection streams. You'll put it here, like to the connection string to the database. Then you have the startup. And this is where you will put your services. This is where you will put the services for the data connection. And then you have also the pipeline here. And here is the routing. This is the route, the map control route. So see, it's using control home action the index. So let's go ahead and hit Control F5. And you're going to see the basic template that ASP.NET Core gives you, which is, it's really nice already. Bootstrap's already built in. Let me bring it over here. All right, cool. So this is the home page. This is the privacy. Yeah, not a whole lot. All right, cool. So what we're going to do, the very first thing I'm going to go ahead and do it, I am going to go to I am going to go here to the models, inside the models folder, and I am going to create a class. So the first class that I am going to create is going to be called categories. So category, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead do that, and here we are going to use. We're gonna first thing I'm gonna do is put an ID. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put a key. I'm gonna use data annotations. Hit Control dot. Whenever it's underlined red, you hit Control dot. A lot of times it gives you what the error it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and use data annotations. So that's that. You see what else we. So then we're gonna, what I'm doing is I'm using prop. So this one is prop, and I'm gonna hit tab. So this is gonna be a string, and this one is gonna be category. Give the category the name. And this one I am gonna make it require, and also I'm gonna give it a max length of 120 characters. And then I am going to, I want to display the name. So here, what I wanted to display, I want to put it category name. Okay. So I don't want this to display category name. I want this to display like that. So that's what you will do display. Okay. So the next one is going to be, I'm going to do another string, and this is going to be the type. Oh. This is going to be a string. This is going to be type. And here what we're going to do is we're going to make it require again. And this is going to be the max length. It's going to be 2 characters. And here I am going to display the display name is going to be type. Okay. So, and then the last one, I'm going to make this one public. And this is going to be a bool. It's going to be a true or false. Here it's going to be get, and it's going to be set. And also I am going to make it require. Okay, cool. So now we are going to go to the startup, and we are going to prepare the application so we can go ahead and do our data connection. So we're going to go ahead and go to the startup here, and we're going to go here into the service, and we're going to have to install also a package. So I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and create the data connection. So it's going to be services, and then this one is going to be add DV context. And here I am going to use, I'm going to name this one application DV context. And here it's going to do options. Let's do the arrow. Oh, what just happened? Let's do the arrow function. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to use, I'm going to tell it that we want to use, I'm sorry, we got to put down options, and then it's going to use, I wanted to use SQLite. You can use SQL Server, but I'm going to use SQLite. And this one, I am going to do configuration. Oh, I'm going to use configuration. And this one is going to be the connection string, the connection string. And this one, I'm going to name it default connection. Default connection. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to install a package. Actually, we should go, yeah, let's go to the tools manager. And let's go ahead and go to manage NuGet package solution. And we're going to install a couple packages here. So let's go to the browse. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to browse for Microsoft Entity Framework Core SQL Lite, because that's the one I'm going to use. If you're going to use SQL Server, then you will just change this here to you will change SQL Server. Say, and it will load up like that. But I'm not using that one. I'm using SQL Lite. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that one and make sure it matches the runtime of your application. Okay, so let me go minus 5.0. I'm gonna use that one. Go ahead, let me go ahead and install. It's giving me a throwing error. Let me see why. Go back over here to the startup. Let me go ahead and hit Control Dot. Yeah, see, go ahead. That's gone. And now, oh, it's asking for this. So I gotta create a folder that is gonna be called data. Let's create a folder, add new folder, and this one is gonna be called data. And inside that folder, I am going to create another class, which is gonna be called application. Application DB context. There you go. I hit enter. And this one, it's going to get rid of the error. Let me make sure it goes away. Let me go back to the startup. Hit Control Dot. See? All right, so I now got to import more packages here. So the next one I want to do is I'm going to install Microsoft. Let me see, Microsoft Framework. We got to install the Microsoft Framework Core Tools. Yeah, this one here. So this one also has to match the runtime. So I am going to do 5.0. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that real quick. Okay, that installed. So now we can actually go back. Oh yeah, let's go here. Back to this. And we are going to do identity DB context. Let me see if I can import it now. Yeah, so see, it wants you to install. I'm gonna go ahead and install I'm sorry, Microsoft ASP.NET Core Identity Entity Framework Core. I'm gonna go ahead and install the latest one. No, it didn't work, the package, because, oh, that's right, I don't have 6.0. Okay, so let me go ahead and install this one. Let me do it from here, which is Microsoft Identity. So this one is going to be Microsoft.ASP.NET Core Identity. Wait, can't spell framework. Okay, here it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that. There's two, actually, let me install this one. And let me select the right runtime. Oh, that was not it. That's a 3. I'm looking for the 5. There it is. go ahead and install this one. Let's see if we got rid of this. Okay, so now we can actually go back over here. Let me go ahead and control that. Say now it's using that. Okay, so now I can hit implement a constructor. So yeah, this is the one I want. All right, perfect. This is it right here. That's it. All right, so now that we have that, we can actually do, we can do prop again. And we can do DB set, and we can actually bring in category. So we go ahead, control dot, and I'm going to implement that. So over here, what we want to do is categories. So now that we have that, let me see. That's that. Almost forgot here. We have to implement application DB context here, like that. So okay, so now we have all the packages that we need. We go ahead and close this. So the next thing we got to do is we got to create the in the app settings, we got to create the connection. So let me show you guys. So here I am going to go ahead and create the connection string, and here I am going to put the default connection. This one has to match whatever you put in the startup. So connection, and this one is going to be, so for the SQL Server it's a little bit different. So mine is because I use the SQLite, so mine will be different. This one I'm going to call it expenses.db. That's that. So okay, so we don't have any errors, everything looks good. So okay, so now that we can actually go here to the package manager console, and I am going to go ahead and create a, I'm going to do a .NET EF. I'm going to create my first migration. So it's going to be .NET EF migrations, and I'm going to call this one add category. Add category. And then the output I want to do inside the folders data, and I am going to call that migrations. So if everything was properly installed, it shouldn't be no errors. So I'm going to hit enter. It's going to take a little bit to compile and create the first migration. So it gave me an error. Let me do it again. Sometimes maybe a package I did not save. So I'm gonna do it again. So I'm gonna do it again, run the migrations. So let me go ahead and close these pages. It just takes a little bit thinking there. So yeah, see now it created, see it gives you the bill succeed. All right, so now actually I should have a folder inside the data. See, it says migrations. So here, see, it created the table for it created for ASP.NET roles, I guess, but we're not doing that right now. The one I'm focused is about the categories. So it created the table with the ID, category name, the type, the state. So I created all of that using migrations. Okay, so now I know it looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do .NET EF database update. So this is going to go ahead and create the tables. So just going to take a little bit. Once we have the table, then we can move on to the controllers. Yeah, see, it went just fine. No errors at all. So now you can actually move into the controllers. So we're going to go here, and I am going to create a new controller. And this one is, we're going to use identity to create the controller entity. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And I am going to say, it's asking me to select the model class, which is categories, and the data, which is application DB context. And this here, I am going to use the layout, which is share right there, layout. We hit OK. We go ahead and add this. So see, that's the beauty about ASP.NET Core. You know, there's a lot of lines of code. Pretty much the application will build it for you, as long as you know how to create a model. Okay, so this is going to take just a little bit. All right, so it created the controller. So what did it do for us? So what it did is it used dependency injection. So this here is the name of the data context, which is application DB context. So what it did is injected into the controller, and see is using it in the index, using it in the detail. So once we build the application, so let me go ahead and do that. It also created the view. So let me see. Inside the views folder, yeah, see, it created the folder. So see, it did all the work for us. So let me go ahead and hit index. Go ahead, F5. So let me open it up over here. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to run categories. Yeah, see the index, and you can create a new one. So let's create a salary, and we're going to do the type is going to be income, and it's going to be created. See, perfect. So you can edit. See, you can actually edit. You can actually go back to the list. You can delete it. Let's create another one, and we're going to style it up a little bit. Let's put mortgage. This is going to be expenses. Hit create. All right, cool. So now let's worry about changing a little bit of the looks on the HTML here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let me go back over here to the index page, and I'm going to give it some Bootstrap flavor. So I'm going to do class, and I am going to do this one BTN. Supposed to be BTN success. That's for the button. The table, I am going to change over here, and I am going to give it a class. And this one is going to be T. I'm going to make this one dark. Okay, so let's see what else we need to change. So let's change the buttons on the bottom, so that way it can match like in the demo that I show you guys. So this one here is going to be class, and here I am going to use BTN dash primary, and the next one is going to be class. There's the BTN dash info, and the very last one is going to be BTN dash danger. So if I reload the page, I should see a little bit of difference right here. All right, cool. So see the buttons change. So all right, so let's continue changing a little bit on the HTML. So all right, cool. So now we have that. Let's go ahead and create another class. This one is going to be called let's see, here it is. Inside the models, we're going to create another class. So here we are going to run and create a class. This one I'm going to call it my expenses. My expenses, actually, I'm going to call it my income, because it's going to be income plus expenses. There you go. So I'm going to hit enter. And here is just a simple class. So this one requires an ID. And this, we got to give it a key. And Let's go ahead and hit Control Dot to bring it in data annotations. So then we're gonna use here, we're gonna pass an ID. So this one is gonna be category ID. And this one, we're gonna have to make that require. And we're gonna pass, we're gonna bring the category table here. So we're gonna do category. So that way there's a relationship between this table and the other one. So here we're gonna do it. Let's do a foreign key. Foreign key. And here we're gonna do category ID. Let's go ahead and implement this. Okay, category ID. I forgot to put these little semicolons. Category ID. This is what I'm going to name that. All right, so now here we are actually going to use we're going to make this one require, and we're going to do the date. The actual date itself. Okay, so here is datetime, and we're going to pass the date. And this one, we're going to display it. We are going to display, and this one is going to be called date. And for the last one, it's going to be the price. So this one, I'm going to make it require. We're going to make this one a range of, we're going to make the range between 1 and 10,000. Okay, so now here is going to be the price. So we're going to use public double, and this is going to be price. This is just for the price. So get set. All right, let's go ahead and import this. I don't know why it's throwing an error. Let me see. Control dot require. Oh, I know why it's doing that, because I forgot to implement this. So here we're going to do datetime, and it's going to be date. And here, now we got rid of it. So we got to get rid of that. So here we want to do is I want to display format. And the format I want is for the date. So it's going to be data formatting string. And the way I want the date to show up is going to be 0 and C. And one more, we're going to display the name. This one we wanted to display price. Cool, right? All right, so now before you do a new migration, you always got to go inside here where is the data folder, and you got to tell the application DB context that you want to do a new migration. So let me do that. Let me go ahead and DB set. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to pass. We're going to call this one my income plus expenses. So this one is going to be called my income plus expenses. Okay, so now we can go back again to the package manager, and up here what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do .NET EF again, a new migration. .NET EF migrations, and this one's going to be at And this is going to be income plus expenses. And this is going to be for the models. And we want to output it again inside the data. And it's going to be inside the folder migration. So I'm going to hit enter. And I should not have any errors. All right, cool. So it created the second migration. See, it takes up a snapshot. And let me go ahead and do .NET database update. So that way you can go ahead and create the table. All right, cool. So it created this. It created the table. So now we are going to create a new controller. And this one, I am going to use EntityFramework again. And on this time, I'm going to select the class. My is income plus expenses, this one. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. So see, that's the beauty about this ASP.NET Core. So if you don't feel like doing a lot of coding, it pretty much does the whole thing for you. So it's beautiful. All right, cool. So see, it injected the application DB context into the controller, so that way these arguments can actually, these functions can actually implement the context, so you can actually access the data context. See, it's all of that. So go ahead and hit Control F5. So every time you create a new controller, you have to hit Control F5. You have, okay, so now you go ahead and hit my expenses. I'm sorry, I'm going to be, it's called my income plus expenses. Yeah, see, it created that. So I'm going to hit create new, see, salary. See, now it's selecting. So I can select that. Salary, mortgage. I can select the date. I can select this by the third, and I'm gonna put down 2000. Let me hit create. Yeah, see, it created that. So now let's change a little bit of the look using Bootstrap. All right, let's go back over here. Let's go ahead and close up some of these pages. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and close this. All right, cool. So we closed that up. So the next thing I want to go ahead and go to the views folder and go inside my income plus expenses, and I'm going to go to the index page here. So here, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the buttons on the bottom. I'm going to now change it. I'm going to add a Bootstrap to the buttons. So here I'm going to use BTN. This is going to be primary. This one is going to be class. It's going to be BTN, BTN info. And the last one is going to be BTN, that danger. And let's see what it looks like so far. So let me hit Control R, so it will refresh. Cool. Let's make the button a little bit different. So let's give it a class of primary here. BTN, primary. There it is. Okay, now let's change this background. Let's put a different color on it. So let's do that right now. All right, so that's that. So we put the button on it. So let's go test the application now. So here's the application. So we can edit. We can actually, let's change it over here. Save. Yeah, see, now it's 12,000. Ooh, that's a lot of money for a mortgage. All right, so how about we put down 1,200. You got a detail page. See, you can go back to the list and you can delete it. Are you sure you want to delete this? I hit no, go back to the list. I want to keep that. All right, so that's that. So if we go back to categories, categories. Yeah, see, now we can create a new one. So let's put this one, let's put down light build. And this is going to be $160. Actually, the type is going to be, this is going to be expenses. And it's going to be created. All right, cool. So now we can go my income plus expenses. So now we create a new one, and now we have another one that we can pick. So let's pick the date, pick the third, which was yesterday, and let's put down $160. Say create. See, now you got a light bill. Nice. Cool, man. Cool. So pretty much that was it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how simple and fast working with ASP.NET Core. Stay tuned for the next video. I am going to implement some more stuff into the application. So, but this is this video. I wanted to make it short, so make it sweet, so that we talk about a little bit of ASP.NET Core. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Stay tuned for more videos, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.